As we said the other day, there is that saying that we don't see life like it is, we see life as we are. There are two very disparate stories, but they're ingredients in the pot of our exploration into what it means to be human. So let's dip them into this pot that's already cooking for us and see what it evokes. The aroma, perhaps, the smell of what it is that's going to arrive for us as our understanding of what it means to be human or to be real. The first is the story about that one who was called Birbal. Now, he was the chief confidant and advisor of the great King Akbar. But the story is told in a time before Birbal became Birbal, when he was just a young boy. And King Akbar was out abroad asking the populace to provide him with a portrait of himself. Now, in his travels, King Akbar, although he offered a bag of gold to whoever gave him a true portrayal, found no painting that was truly an image of himself. But then he came to the village in which the young Birbal lived, and when it came Birbal's time to be face to face with the king, instead of handing him a portrait, he handed him a package. And when the king opened the package and held it up, he found that it was a mirror. Now the king, instead of getting angry with Birbal, laughed and said, "Yes, although this is not a true portrait of myself as others see me, it is a true image of who I am." And although he didn't give Birbal a bag of gold, he took his ring off his finger and gave it to the young boy and said, "Come to me when you are grown, because I need someone like yourself of perception and intelligence to join my court." And so it happened in the years to come that Birbal became the chief confidant and advisor of this great king. And the second story is about a great Sufi sheikh who every day held council for those who wanted to come to him to seek advice, guidance, even teachings. But one day, an old Bedouin Arab from the desert came before the great sheikh, leaning on his walking stick. Those walking sticks that are used in the desert with sharp points to pierce the sand so that a firm foothold could be made. But unbeknownst to the old Bedouin, he placed his walking stick on the foot of the great sheikh, and as he related his story and made his requests, he leaned more heavily on his walking stick so that it pierced the foot of the great sheikh. Now even though the great sheikh turned ashen with the pain of this implement entering his foot, he said nothing. It was only after he had listened to the man's importuning and even called for a document to be brought that he wrote on to give to the old man, that the old man made his departure, and the sheikh fainted with the pain and blood pouring from his foot. When he was brought to and his wound taken care of, those around asked him, "Why did you allow this?" And he said, "This man was in great need and in great pain, and I could not interrupt his importunings for fear that he lost his footing in terms of what it was that he was pleading for." What, as we add these seemingly disparate ingredients to our pot, melding with that which is already there, our life's experiences, and perhaps even the stories that have been told. What is it that arises for you right now, in this moment, about the meaning for you of what it is to be human? Or, as it becomes more and more clear for us, what it means to be real.
In the second story, that he was to be present and absorbing what he needed to know was more important than his own pain.
Haven't we experienced this? Haven't we had someone in front of us and we've got a very severe bellyache or some pain, a backache or whatever it is? And as we're embracing that being or that story, there's no pain. There's no awareness of our individual pain. It's gone for that time. Coming back when that interaction is complete. Isn't this our experience in life? It's not there. Only that meeting, that which is occurring in that moment. And what about these mirrors? What is the difference between looking in life as a mirror and being ourselves a mirror for life? What's the meaning of this first story? every portrait being a depiction of that person's imagination or perception about the look of the king. And the mirror reflecting his real image.
With the mirror, he didn't get a distorted picture of himself, which he would have with his court and all the people around him.
So let's cook our ingredients and see what comes up.